Saqsaywaman is one of the largest archaeological sites not only in Peru, but in South America, and covers hundreds of acres. Most visitors only see the great zigzag wall and are unaware of the fact that the site of Saqsaywaman is so huge. It was, of course, in large part constructed by the great Inca culture. However, we do find evidence that there was a previous culture that in fact had superior technology, mysterious technology that was far more profound than the bronze chisels and stone hammers employed by the Inca. But what we also now know is that wherever there was one of these ancient megalithic sites, that in general is where the Inca tended to build their major temples or other important sites such as here at Saqsaywaman. You even find similar things happening at Machu Picchu and Ollantaytambo. Thanks to this quadcopter technology, we're able to see Saqsaywaman like never before. And as it begins to travel to the right here, you see these mysterious outcrops with horizontal and vertical surfaces which were created by this mysterious ancient culture thousands of years before the Inca. Some call them the Pirwas, others call them the Viracochan, and the amount of weathering on the surfaces shows that this work was done several thousand years ago, long before the time of the great Inca society. Now here I am, on the right, Brian Forster, and to my left is Gary Holloway, who's instructing me for the first time on how to operate the quadcopter I call Pachacutec. And this is the expertise of Gary, who is flying fast towards some of the megalithic work. Here, for the first time, you can see the great zigzag wall at Saqsaywaman. Again, usually visitors only see this and not the rest of the great constructions in this huge archaeological site. Some of the stones employed in that huge zigzag wall weigh 125 tons and were quarried from a mountain far off to the left, several miles away, and on the backside of a mountain. How could that have been achieved? And as the quadcopter scans the horizon, basically all that you can see in the foreground and the background are aspects of Saqsaywaman, which has only partially been excavated. There is still much more waiting below the surface for us to find out about in the future. And the circle you see on the left is where this film began. The huge scale of this megalithic wall is incredibly impressive, and these are the largest megalithic stones, as far as I know, in the area. Again, some weighing as much as 125 tons. In the background you see the city of Cusco, population between 500,000 and 1 million, and at the time of the Inca, a population of 250,000 people. So it was larger than any city in Europe at the time of the Spanish conquest. So if you have never been to Saqsaywaman, I urge you to spend enough time to see all of the amazing works there, and if you have been there before, I recommend that you return and see the aspects that you missed on your first trip. We at Hidden Inca Tours, of course, would like to guide you, but it is obviously not essential. You can clearly do it for and by yourself.